Welcome to the Mandala, Montana Studio 10 yoga channel, and we're going to do a salutation today. So I have some blocks and also something to sit on. You can do this practice with or without assistance. We're going to start this morning, this afternoon, evening, whatever it is for you, in a comfortable seat, either completely on the floor, or if you want to be seated on something like me, just come to a little pillow, little uplift of your hips and find your space. So as you close your eyes, just allow yourself to roll the shoulders up towards the ears and then down the back. Notice that your shoulders are straight over your hips and they're not forward of the hips or too far back, right? You just want to start in that nice, neutral, tall spine. And then just for a moment, whatever your intention is, rise your arms up and overhead. And as you rise your arms up and overhead, palms touch, and then gather either the thumbs at your third eye space or down to your heart space center. And maybe even just give your chin just a little bit of a bow. If you have an intention at all today for your practice, just drawing that in right now, quiet moment, 1 or 2 breaths. Inhale, you try to extend the breath longer, and as you exhale, you try to move the breath out more solid, stronger, and all the way to the end. 1 more breath to seal in your intention. And then just aligning yourself with your practice, aligning yourself with your breathing. Just take a moment. If there is any intention that comes up naturally, maybe you bring that in. If not, just bringing yourself to a centered place. And sealing that in, if the eyes are closed, gently open them, release the hands if they were at your heart. Check in with your neck space, and then if you're sitting on anything, coming off of that and onto your mat in table pose, getting ready for a natural warm-up of cat and cow. If you need to be on your forearms, go right ahead and be down on your forearms. And inhale or exhale, tuck the feet, rise the spine. Inhale or exhale, flatten to the tops of the feet and lower your belly. If you'd like to add the ujjayi breath, which you'll sometimes hear during these videos, you have a constricted throat as you inhale and exhale through the nose. Good, and then drawing your thighs and your knees together. So as you sit back, you move onto your heels in what's called a thunderbolt posture. So as you're in a thunderbolt posture, getting into our breath a little bit deeper, on your next inhale, rise your arms up and overhead till your fingers interlace, and then bring your hands behind your head. As you inhale, open up the chest, elbows go nice and wide, and then as you exhale, bring your chin to your chest. If you'd like to bring yourself into a couple more rounds of that, if you're good with that, then just bring your arms down by your sides. Maybe the top of the middle fingertip touches the floor, and then really draw the shoulders away from the ears, but the crown of the head up towards the sky. And as you're at home within your home practice, remembering to coach your own breath. So from Thunderbolt or Hero's Pose, we'll bring our hands on over to our left side and draw the right leg forward. This is a place where the blocks can come in if you want, or you can have yourself on your fingertips. So now what I'd love for you to do is just allow yourself to come to a nice flat back, and then as you exhale, fold deeper over your right leg. As you inhale, just rise up, and then as you exhale, set a little bit deeper. If you need to keep pulsing, keep pulsing. If not, just draw yourself to a nice and neutral spine. This gets us into our hamstrings. Breathe in and out of that hamstring space. And then whether your left hand is on the block or on the floor, now come to a gentle twist. So rise that right arm up to the sky. Gaze moves up towards those right fingertips and open up through your heart space center. If you'd like to, as the right hand comes down to the block or to the floor, pulse your fold just a little bit deeper. And then this time as we take our knees back, please sit halfway back and then come to stand on your knees. As you come to stand on your knees, draw your shoulders down the back. And then with your fingertips up, if your wrist can take it, do that. If not, turn your fingertips down, please. And then from here, maybe widen the knees just a little bit. Draw your hips forward first. If you don't want to look back, don't drop the head back. If you're okay with supported camel, drop the head back and find your breath. Please look forward first, and then as you come out of supported camel, please sit to your heels. What's great about the blocks is it's a nice release from camel pose. So if you have your blocks, reach forward, hands on the blocks, if not they're on the floor, and then face to child's pose. And then inhale, we'll rise up, walk our hands on over to our right side, and then our left leg comes forward. Rearrange so your right knee is right underneath the right hip, and you can have hands to floor, hands to blocks. Your inhale breath is a nice long spine. As you exhale, fold over your left leg. Inhale, rise and lift. Exhale, fold. Take a couple of breaths to get to know your hamstring this morning, evening, afternoon, whatever it is. Maybe the face floats a little bit closer down to your shin. And now we'll twist the opposite way. So keeping your right hand on the floor and lift your left arm up. Left hand comes down to the floor, knees meet, sit halfway back, once again to stand on your knees. As you come to stand on your knees, knees are about hips width apart. If you'd like to, you can stand the tops of the feet, or at this time, tuck your toes. Once again, supported camel, fingertips up or down, press your hips forward, drop your head back, and then maybe you'd like to bring your fingertips to your heels, maybe the whole grip of the hand to your heels, and send it, right? Send those hips forward. The more and more and more you're here, drop your head back. Bring your hands on up to your lower back if you need to. Sit low to your heels, and then please round your spine back to the back of your room, back of your mat space, and tuck your chin. And then rise your spine up, hero's pose here. And then with or without your blocks, we'll go ahead and find our downward facing dog. So as you find your downward facing dog, this is our transition slowly to stand. But you'll find that V mountain shape in the body. You might dance your knees, bending them from side to side. I actually have been here so much, right, that I like to lower my heels to the floor and lift my toes, just as something extra, something different. And then after that, exhale there, right? Allow yourself to step one foot up, then the other foot up to the front of your mat space. And then once you're ready, whether it's a roll, reverse swan dive, or a lift with straight arms like me, rise your way up to stand. And then bring your arms down by your sides for a couple of breaths. Right, so that nice pregnant pause where you give yourself that little bit of time to just realize, okay, now I was on the floor and now I'm at standing. So we'll start with little cactus of back bends. So as you inhale, rise your arms up and overhead. And then as you exhale, draw your elbows down. Inhale, nice straight arms. As you exhale, bend your elbows down. Inhale, rise your arms up. Exhale, Utkatasana chair pose, bend into your knees. Tuck your tailbone, allow yourself to be here, right? The power of now holding in your chair a base. So whether or not allowed with the microphone, as you inhale, press through your feet, and then exhale. Inhale, rise it up. Exhale. Inhale, lift up, maybe a little back bend. Exhale. Inhale. This time we rise it up. Interlace the last three fingers, cross the thumbs, index fingers point up. Lift up and out of your body on an inhale, and then take a nice deep side bend to your right. Those immediate advanced yogis, right, the ujjayi breathing, that's what you're hearing me go through, right, the constricted throat breathing in and out. Inhale, rise up through center, and then exhale, take it on over to your left side. Good. Inhale, rise through center, and then exhale. Let's just take it to Tadasana, mountain pose, or Samastitihi, toes touching, heels slightly apart. All right, so bend into your knees, hands to your heart center, find this chair pose. And so really let's get ready to flow, okay? Allow yourself to sit a little bit deeper. On your inhale, arms rise up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, halfway lift. Exhale as you fold, left leg steps its way back. Draw your heel down, and then find your Virabhadrasana, Warrior Two. So in this first space, so draw your shoulders away from your ears. Inhale, rise up, turn your right toes in. Exhale, take it to the back of your mat space. Inhale, rise up through center. Exhale, take it to the front of your mat space. Set your position, draw your shoulders away from your ears, and hold steady. Good. Hands come to the floor or to the block. Step back, three-legged chaturanga, regular chaturanga, or downward facing dog. Once you draw to your downward facing dog, come forward to the front of your mat space. Step or hop, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, halfway lift, and then exhale, fold your energy. Roll or reverse swan dive your space all the way to stand. Maybe you cactus a back bend, and then draw your arms down by your sides. So in between sides, I just like to settle, stand tall, breathe a lot, maybe shift your weight forward, making sure that your feet are feeling flexible. Bend into your chair pose. Give yourself a namaskar, hands in front of your heart space. Sit as low as you possibly can. And then as you inhale, rise it up. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, halfway lift. Exhale as you fold, right leg steps its way back. The heel draws down and cartwheel up, Virabhadrasana, Warrior Two. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. Either hold your space, or if you'd like to do the same thing you did on the other side, lift the arms up, take it through center, warrior two to the back of the mat, and then take it back forward. So looking over your left fingertips, set low into your base, shoulders away from your ears. Hands come to the floor, three-legged chaturanga. Some people might even prep chin stand here. Maybe you're finding regular chaturanga and drawing your way back to your downward facing dog. So bend your knees, step up or hop up in between your hands, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, halfway lift, and then exhale, fold your energy. Roll reverse swan dive all the way to stand. Exhale, cactus the back bend. Inhale, rise. And then exhale, arms come down by your sides. And if you're not breathing through the asana right, always at your pauses, remembering to breathe. Sit in your chair. Hands in front of your heart space, sit as low as you possibly can go. Exhale, on your inhale, rise to stand with a small back bend. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, halfway lift. Exhale as you fold, left leg steps back, heel draws down, Virabhadrasana, warrior two. So now you've been here, you set your space. If you would like to bind that left hand behind the body, do so. Reach your right fingertips forward and reverse your warrior. Keep opening your heart space. Going deeper into the front knee. Really engage your back thigh though. Both legs are equally active. And then right hand to the floor, left hand to the floor, right leg steps back. Chaturanga, back to your downward facing dog. As you bend your knees, come to the front of your mat space and fold. Inhale, rise halfway. And then exhale, fold your energy. Roll the reverse swan dive all the way up. Exhale. Cactus back bend. Inhale, rise your arms long. Exhale, arms come down by your sides. Letting go anytime you need to, especially right as you have the comfort of your own home. Inhale, actually let's sit into chair pose, bringing yourself hands in front of your heart space, seated low in chair. So sit just a little bit lower and a little bit lower. Then as you inhale, rise it up. As you exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, halfway lift. Exhale as you fold, right leg steps back, heel draws down, and then rise your way up into your Virabhadrasana, warrior two. You're already holding your space strong. Soften your shoulders away from your ears. If you'd like to, bind the right hand around the back body to your left hip. Reach a little bit forward. Turn your left palm up and reverse. Hands come to the floor on your exhale. Back heel high, left leg steps back. Chaturanga to your downward facing dog. Bend your knees, step, jump, or hop up in between your hands. Exhale your fold. Inhale, rise, halfway lift. Exhale, folds. Roll the reverse swan dive all the way to stand. Once again, if you want to add that cactus back bend, do it. Lift the arms up and then exhale. Arms come down by your sides. So beginning, we're going to side angle. More into your practice. You can take off into bird of paradise. All right, so inhale, arms rise up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, halfway lift. Exhale as you fold, left leg steps back, heel draws down. Inhale, rise up to warrior two, and then set your space. Breathe into it. See if you can come steady in stillness and in motion all at the same time. Left arm binds behind you, right arm reaches forward, reverse your warrior. For some people, it's a breath. For some people, it's 3. Coming into your side angle, or if you know any other pose towards bird of paradise that you would like to do, you may do that now. If not, bring your right elbow to your right knee and your left arm, bicep above your ear, reaching forward. 4, 3, try to dial in your hips a little bit lower. Exhale, hands come to the floor, back heel high. Chaturanga to your downward facing dog. So now from here, bend your knees, step, jump, or hop up in between your hands. Exhale your fold. Inhale, rise, halfway lift, and then exhale, release. Roll the reverse swan dive all the way to stand. If you want to cactus your back bend, draw your elbows down low. Inhale, side body long, and then exhale. And then from here, inhale, arms rise up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, halfway lift. Exhale as you fold, right leg steps back, the heel draws down, rise up. Virabhadrasana, warrior 2 set for about a breath. Everything is strong. Internal legs, external legs, knees. Wrap the right arm behind your body and then send it back to your reverse. Since the blocks are right there, I'll go ahead and show you an assistant side angle as well. So if you would like to, you can bring the hand inside or outside the foot to a block into your side angle. If you take off into bird of paradise, go right ahead. I'm going to stay here for this round. Keep really nice and deep in your hips. And then as your right hand comes down, set your block on the floor, right heel high, chaturanga, or skip, right, to your downward facing dog. And now we'll put it all together with our 4th and final pose. So bend your knees, step, jump, or hop up in between your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise, halfway lift. And then exhale, fold your energy. Just as a test this round, everybody bend through your knees, come into Padangusthasana, toe stand, trying to draw yourself into a box. So 90 degrees at your shoulders and your waist. You can also have your hands at your heart. Notice if you feel that sense of peace here. 4, 3, equal weight on both feet. And then let's please rise up to stand softly. And then exhale, arms down by your sides. If you know for one-legged balance, you would like a block, then you place it on one side, right side first, either side if you have 2 blocks. So as you inhale, arms rise up and overhead. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise halfway. Exhale as you fold, left leg steps back, the heel draws down, and find Virabhadrasana, warrior 2 pose. Maybe inhale, lift up and out of the front knee. Exhale, go deeper. Combine the left hand maybe behind the back, reach the right fingertips forward, and find your reverse. Elbow to knee, side angle place as you reach maybe those left fingertips forward. If you feel like you have time for bird of paradise, great. If not, just stay here. We're going to take off into our one-legged balance now. So look towards the right corner of the mat or the block and take off of that left leg, lifting into your standing half moon. And really soar that left side up, both your hips and your shoulders to stack. Pinnacle pose, hold for 8. Good, bend through the front knee, softly bring the left foot down, cartwheel back up to your warrior 2 pose, and then star, right toes in, arms above you, and then exhale, forward bend. You either bring yourself to fingertips underneath the face, or hello, draw the hands to your heels and release into your folds. Arms out, rise up. As your arms are out, rise up. Left toes towards the front, hands to floor. Chaturanga back to your downward facing dog. Now we've got final side of flow, so come to the front of your mat space. forward fold. Inhale, rise, halfway lift, and then second toe stand. So as you fold, bend into your knees, and then lift yourself up into a box. You can have your arms out. That helps you balance, or you can bring them back to your heart. Exhale, and then on your inhale, with caution and control, lift it up. And then exhale, last time at standing, arms come down by your sides. Notice where the breath in your practice is starting to come easy and where you're still trying to fit it in. Inhale, arms rise open overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale as you fold. Right leg steps its way back, heel draws down, Virabhadrasana, warrior two. I've dealt with a lot of people that don't want to deal with the weight of the arms in practices, so you can just always just let them fall as the rest of the body holds the pose. Right arm combined behind you, left arm reaches forward, and reverse your warrior. And then a side angle, if you want to use that block again, left hand to the block, right bicep above the ear, nice extension. Of course, you can do bird of paradise or just hold strong here. Getting ready to now look towards the left corner of the mat and then take off into your standing half moon. Ardha Chandrasana, one of the best poses ever. Really soaring, stacking, allowing yourself to feel the freedom and as well as the standing balance. Good, bend into your front knee, return back to your warrior two, and then hands come down on either side of the left foot. Take it back for an optional chaturanga or downward facing dog. As you come to this downward facing dog, please drop your knees wide. Gonna transition to the floor. So start that transition with child's pose. And it's like a return. So you captivated all of your sun energy, and now getting ready to cool it down. So a little bit of heat as we come to our cool down. So find downward facing dog. Exhale there. On your inhale, right leg rises. Exhale, right knee to right upper arm. Inhale, send it up and back. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, rise. Exhale, right to left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, right knee behind your right wrist. Slide that left leg back and pigeon. You can either bring a block underneath the hip. You can also use it underneath your forehead. Soften your way down to the floor for a few breaths. Good, let your exhale go and find your lift. As you find your way back to downward facing dog, I'll leave it up to you if you want to do an optional chaturanga or just find your return. On your next inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left to left. Inhale, rise. Exhale, nose to knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, left to right. Inhale, rise. Bring yourself forward and set your other side a half pigeon. Prop can come underneath the hip. For me, it's always the best underneath the forehead. You have a pretty shifty lower back. The block on the forehead helps the sacrum find its stability. Breathe deep without assistance, right? It's a good life lesson anyways. Notice that stretch on your outer hip. And of course you can get it done and draw your way into a final chaturanga, or now just simply please roll over onto your left hip. And then for one of our final poses, we'll come to butterfly, which I'm going to do with the block. All right, so allowing yourself to bend your knees, soles of the feet on the floor, doing some reverse sit-ups to take our way down to the floor. So as you inhale, arms rise up, stretch nice and tall. Then as you exhale, frame your thighs with your hands. Inhale, lift. And then as we go down, let's hover in low boat. So extend your legs forward. You can have your hands palms up or face down. Some classes you'll see people do their hands, but here I just like to hold personally my palms up. If you need any more core this afternoon, evening, or morning, draw the legs to lift and the legs to lower a few rounds as you stare towards the top of your mat space. If you're ready to come out of sit-ups or low boat pose, then please draw your heels in and your toes out and your arms by your sides. And then as you come down onto the floor, please let the left side stay long and then draw your right knee in towards the right shoulder. This is a great ending pose, Pawan Muktasana. Interlace the fingers around your shin. Pull the right knee down and in towards the right shoulder while grounding your left side. Breathe deep. So you're set up for twist. Just want to offer lately, I'd like to bend the left knee, place the sole of the right foot on the left thigh, take the arms out, and then let the mountains of the legs fall on over to the left. Either way, twist the right knee over to the right, or the way that I just said. And you think about any twist hits your digestion. So whether it's food or a thought or something someone said or a dream, you get to just process what your body and your mind needs to process out as you twist. It's a really good pose to do if you only have time for a pose a day. All right, so bring yourself to center. I like to say come through a little bridge, right? Maybe lift your hips up and off your mat space before you transition, closing other side. Right leg draws out, left knee draws in towards the shoulder. And, right, relax your shoulders down the back, maybe even tuck your chin. Even if you didn't get any actual spinal adjustments, the work that you did here today has made lots of space for your spine. Ujjayi breathing, the ocean sound, the victorious breath. So now guide the left knee on over to the right, or first bend your right knee, place the sole of the left foot on the right, top of thigh, and take the mountains of the legs on over to your right. And now this is a space where you can take a little time for any last movement that you may need for Shavasana. Feel your body might be set up for wheel or anything like that, or just simply take yourself there. Heels in, toes out, arms by your sides. We always say palms up, but truthfully, if you need to ground a little bit today, you can turn your palms down in Shavasana. I'd love for you to roll the shoulders down the back and tuck the chin, just getting that last little upper body length, and then Shavasana. And please feel free to hold the Shavasana for as long as you like. So the golden rule, if you really want to take it home, just in case it interests you, is if you do a workout for 10 minutes, it's 1 minute in Shavasana. So we just did round about a 30-minute practice or so. Be great if you could rest for about 3 or 4 minutes. And if you're ready to come out, just naturally, just spin some things, your wrists, your ankles. What I really love is a full body stretch, taking the arms up and overhead one last time, stretching all the way from the fingertips to the toes, and then drawing the knees into the heart, whether it's both or one at a time. Grounding the back finally and completely on your mat space. And I'm going to roll right because it's towards the camera, but truthfully, you can roll to the right for energy, over to your left side for harmony, or forward and back. Rock and rolling on the spine, good for the synovial fluid to eventually here find your way up to your final seat. So always giving yourself a transition out of practice and into the next thing. So just finding that sense of completion as you find your final comfortable seat. And you can draw the shoulders down, the back and open. And let's take final 2 breaths together. So as we inhale, arms rise up and overhead, palms touch. And then as we exhale, please draw your thumbs to your heart and chin to bow. Inhale, final breath inwards. And then as we exhale, namaste.